G'day, good morning, it's Fish, Beach Bum Investor, with your cryptocurrency discussion and report for, 7th of December in Australia, 2017. Just going to post up on Discord because I am a little early today. Like to keep you guessing. Sometimes late, sometimes early. Hourglass, how's things, Floyd? Just going to post up on Discord, guys, give me 2 secs. Oh, I think I just double did it. Oh, who cares? Oh no, I'll just go. Live now, cool. How's Bitcoin? Bullish, very, very bullish. Surging up towards 15,000. I mean, it has retraced from its highs, but incredible run. 17, is it, in Asia? Yeah, it's incredible. G'day, Fabio. How you going? Good to have you back. Yeah, phenomenal. The altcoins are starting to bleed as a result. We see this happen a lot when Bitcoin goes on these really, really big runs. It tends to break down those buy walls and the altcoins start to bleed. And that's what I'm seeing on my screen at the moment. And Tan Kai Tong agrees with me completely. G'day, Tan Kai, how are you? Yeah, save the hashtag, save the alts, exactly. Atignio saying the same thing. Everyone's you dumped your LTC for BTC tonight. Well done. Bold move. Hey Z. And dumped Ether for Bitcoin. Yeah, I actually like the buy on Ether at the moment, to be honest. I think it's gone too low. Although the network has struggled a bit with the increased network use of digital cats. Yeah, exactly. Tan Kai Tong, we're in sync today, man. We're mentally syncing. Tan Kai Tong said, freaking crypto kitties. My Ether transaction is 15 hours and pending. Yeah, man, it's been insane. The gas has gone through the roof too. People are putting massive gas limits in to try and get theirs through quick. Going for a quick profit before buying back LTC and Ether. Yeah, I think LTC and Ether are better buying at the moment. Particularly Ether. I think that's pretty good buying at the moment. Kev said, I got the ledger, it's really nice, but Ether network lagging so bad for ERC20 tokens and crypto kitties. Oh, it's a phenomenon. The crypto kitties and the Bitcoin surge to 15 grand. There's a bit of discrepancy between exchanges at the moment with Bitcoin. It's like really, really big swings between different exchanges, but I'll use CoinMarketCap to give us an update. And we're looking at $14,738, up 22%. Overall market cap, guys, last time I checked was actually was well over $350 billion. It's just incredible. Still updating on my computer, so I can't give you the market cap at the moment, but I can give you the coin prices. There's the market cap, 395, pushing 400 billion. Wow. That's incredible. $25 billion trade volume. That's the highest I can remember ever seeing. Bitcoin dominance back up to 62.2%. So Fish getting closer to a nudie run at D-bar, because if Bitcoin hits 90% ever again, I've got to do a nudie run at D-bar. And if IOTA ever gets to 33%, I've got to pay Wilkie to IOTA. So that's looking pretty safe at the moment. Yeah, it's arbitrary Chevin for sure. Poloniex is super slow. Hodling is better than trading in these congested days. I tend to agree, Kev. It's just frustrating, man. Everything's so slow, you get frustrated, and that's not what it's about, right? So even EMC2 is falling off the bull run. Oh, everything's falling off the bull run except for Bitcoin. So let's continue down the market and have a look at, but a lot of red figures in the last hours. Do you guys want to come on with me and have a look? I'll bring it over to screen share. Let's do that. We're going to have a look together. The one's up still from yesterday, so wait till I do the update. You'll just go, what? Hang on, let me screen share it. I'll go away. Hey, Gilly, I'm live streaming. I'm live. Call you back after? All right, cool. Yeah, cool. No worries. All right, man. All good. No worries. See you later. Bye. Super professional, talking to Gilly while I'm in the middle of the crypto conversation. You've got crypto fatigue, Mark. I think everyone does. Talk for Dash. We can have a look at Dash for sure. Let's have a look at the economy, guys. Let's go to Coin Market Cap and see what's happening. So as you can see here, this was only yesterday, the day before when I was doing screenshots. Big difference now. But let's have a look at the economy in general. You can see the altcoins are really starting to bleed. There is not much in green figures in the last 24 hours, with the exception of Stellar Lumen still going strong, 107% in the last. Even that started to trace a little bit in the last hour. It is a really heavy bleed. Like when you go down to if you've got a Bittrex account and you're trading against BTC, the figures are massive. Oh, BitConnect making an absolute bull run. It's probably because it's just a fan. I better not say it in case people are watching this and think I'm serious. I'm not a fan of BitConnect, sorry. Not a fan. Did a video on that in case you're wondering why. All looking, there's a couple starting to come back in the mid section here. Look at this. Einsteinium. Goodness gracious. EMC squared. 608% in 7 days. There are some green figures in this mid cap. That's nice to see. Salt's been bullish. That's nice to see because I've got some of that. But the good thing about this, guys, is there's starting to be some good value around the economy again. Look at Waves. How good's that been? We should have bought it at $3. Well, some of you probably did. I was humming and hawing and didn't. Steam's been good. Wow, look at that. Just pumped 20% in the last hour. It's crazy. It's been a really interesting market as well because you've got Steam Dollar, which is actually valued at, last time I checked with Yao, it was valued at like $3. And I'm sure it's supposed to be tied to US dollars, so that's really weird. Tron's had a really good comeback. It sort of dipped a bit when everyone got their free airdropped Tron, but it's come back really nicely. 82% in the last in the last 7 days. It's actually done all of that and more in the last 24 hours. It's a huge run back. Hey, PIVX is back below $5. We're sort of new into this territory, guys. It's new run up to those fresh highs. I'm going to have to work myself to figure out where I'm going to put some levels of support. But funnily enough, with the run up on Bitcoin, I actually got all my buybacks because relative to Bitcoin, it dipped significantly. So yeah, Pay Token. There's one that I actually can see as pretty good value at the moment. Again, down towards that $2 mark. I think anywhere when it sits around that $2 mark, I think you're getting good buying long term. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. One that we wanted to have a look at was Dash, because that's someone wanted to have a look at that. So Dash is here at 688. It's still been pretty strong. I mean, this is on that end of a massive, massive bull run. Dash has been one of the bullish cryptos in the economy in recent times. And honestly, I think it touched 800, but that's not a huge pullback for considering the bull run it went on. So Dash followers, Dash holders will be pretty happy with that. Anyway, I'm going to come back to the chat and see what's going on. Boom. Back. Stop. And fish is back. Okay. G'day, Eddie. You want your Ether back? What did you do with it, man? What is the best exchange to buy BTC? I know only Coinbase, but fee are much expensive. It's very, very expensive. Fabio, you're not wrong, man. It's extremely expensive for Coinbase. It's a 4% fee, just a little under, I think, but 4% as a round figure. And there is other ones. Guys, if you can help out Fabio, I just tend to use Coinbase because the only other one I've got in Australia is 3%. And for me to muck around for that extra percent, I probably should, but I haven't been. EOS was holding up. Yeah, EOS has been quite solid. I'm staying away from it, Mark. I think like their development's not going to be really progressing until June next year. I feel the same about Power Ledger. The reason I'm holding Power Ledger is because it's an Australian project and I'm patriotic. Hourglass says, get that Neo. Surprise, surprise. I've actually got some Neo now, dude. Actually holding that Neo with you. I was pretty impressed with the gas rate I earned when I was holding Neo for one of our group investments. Made like $10 overnight holding that money, guys. Thank you. Believe me, I worked for it. Putting one of those investments together is a shitload of work. So I'm sure no one begrudges me holding the gas that was made on that Neo, but it was about $10. I was like, well, that racked up pretty quickly. So yeah, I don't mind. Now I think we're gonna, we're gonna have to see if they bring out Neo Ants. I mean, obviously, the only way they're ever going to compete with Ethereum is to create a CryptoKitties ripoff of ants, crypto ants. So I am joking, of course. Eddie said, laugh out loud, I hate those CryptoKitties. Floyd's suggesting Bitstamp, but he doesn't know the fees. And Tycon Tom said, Fabio, I use Luno, but I'm not sure if it is available in your country. But that's great, just throw out those suggestions, and Fabio can go and do a bit of research as well. So that's what we do, everyone helps each other out. That way we all win. Well, we have been so far. I mean, you guys will look at this and you'll go, oh, my count's down or whatever, because I know a lot of us are pretty heavy into alts. Hey, Joe. And you'll be sitting there going, oh, blah, 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 blah. But what do I say? We take it from where we bought it, not from yesterday, not from our high points. We take it from where we bought it. And I think most of you are still going to be up. Stellar Lumens are definitely making moves. Hey, Pablo. Hourglass has asked, what do you guys think of Stellar Lumens? Man, they've announced some pretty big partnerships. I think they're Microsoft recently. Was it Microsoft? I think it was. Partnering with Microsoft. That's a big partnership. So, yeah. Should not have sold half my Stellar. Yeah, well, you don't know that yet, Pablo. We don't have a crystal ball. Maybe you can get it back cheaper, although it is bloody bullish, isn't it? Really, really is. Hey, it's been pretty good as well in the face of a massive run-up was IOTA. Do you guys see how hard that pumped yesterday afternoon? It got over $5 after we talked on the show. It's back down to $4 now, $4.09. Based on Fibonacci sequence, I really saw that thing stable as about $1. It's gone to $5. So based on Fibonacci sequence, I'd say buy back at $3. But when something gets super bullish like this, like I would have missed the buyback the other day because I think I said 280, right? For the buyback, and it never even got close to there. So it's hard to run the Fibonacci sequence sometimes in these really bullish economies. Joe sold a bag of SafeX for Neo because it was low Satoshi. If I had have done it today, it would have been 101. I've pushed the like. I go to bed. Good night, everybody. Good night, Fabio. Take care, man. We'll catch up with you soon. Dude, I'm so happy Neo is at this price. I got 230 now. Thank you for disclosing your your bag investment. I picked up a little more myself today, Hourglass. I think that 35 is going to be, it took me a while to get confident with the range, but I think 30 to 35, you're going to find good buying in the long term. So I've put in at 35. I'll wait and see if it gets back to 30, 34 at the moment. Usually when, it breaks that psychological support, it can often retrace to the next one, or people can go, 34 is under 35, and that can trigger the psychological response of, that's cheap. So we'll see what happens. Attagino said, wow, LTC on GDAX is 99 and on Poloniex. Mate, it's 94 to finish that before I actually respond. Yeah, there's arbitrage opportunities all over the economy because the swings are massive. If you want to play arbitrage, today's the do it. Today's the day to do it if you know what you're doing. But don't forget, things are taking a while to move. Well, Ether's taking a while to move. If you're going to do it, move around in Litecoin, guys. That's what I'd recommend. Don't move around in Bitcoin because it's going to be too expensive unless you're doing really, really big volumes. Move your money from exchange to exchange in Litecoin, trade into Bitcoin, trade into the altcoin, do your arbitrage that way. Only if you know what you're doing. Don't get clever. If you don't know how to do arbitrage, don't worry about it. Hold your coins. If you don't know how to trade, don't worry about it. Hold your coins. Can you talk about BTC? It just dropped and I'm flipping it. Yeah, we can talk about BTC, man. Let's have a look. I'll do a quick update. It was at 14,738.9 on CoinMarketCap, 14,738. Let's have a look. Yeah, it has. It has. It's gone down 14,492. But guys, when we're talking about $300 drops, when it's $14,000 coin, we're talking about 2.5%. We're not talking about huge swings. This is, you've got to understand, the most important thing is to make things relative to percentages, not dollar values. So what has it dropped? Yeah, a couple of percent off its high, but shit. I wouldn't be surprised to see it drop down to 12 after a bull run like this. People are going to be interested to take profits, and I think that CME trading on Monday poses a threat. There you go. I've said it a few times. I'll probably be stupidly wrong, but I've positioned myself in the economy so that if it does end up being a threat, I'm ready. I've got some money out. I'm ready to stack in. So I'm covered either way. If this bull run continues, I'm sweet. If it doesn't, no big deal, because I've got money to jam back in. I reckon $3, Kev, but that's just doing basic Fibonacci sequence, man. I haven't even looked at the charts. And when you get that high above like historical highs, when it goes on that big a parabolic, it's hard to line up previous levels of support from history, right? Because it just went straight through that mark and that mark and that mark. There was no dips or sustained sideways movement to find levels of support or resistance. So I usually just use my old Fibonacci sequence. It works pretty well for me. 1 to 5 was like, it was stable at 1, went to 5. Yeah, start buying again at 3 as a basic figure. Our guy said, going to start buying all coins in Hot 100 under 30 cents. Stellar, Lumen, Seer coins, etc. I don't really understand the strategy, because like the coin price is relative to the overall circulating supply. So coin price is one of the most like overrated. Like, I see videos about best coins under $1, and it's like, well, who cares? Who cares if it's under $1? What's the market cap? What's the total supply? Doesn't mean shit. That's my personal opinion. So yeah, for me, it's like, well, it doesn't matter if you go from $300 to $450 or 30 cents to 45 cents. It's exactly the same. Yes, Paul Carter, I do. I think it's a great long-term project. Paul Carter's asked my opinion on Power Ledger. I think Power Ledger is a good long-term project. I think it was overhyped. I think the information that came out about the Australian government getting behind Power Ledger was definitely hyperbolized. They got an innovation grant or a government grant. That's not unusual in this country for innovation. We actually have specific innovation grants. So I think that was a little overhyped, as if the Australian government was throwing their full support behind Power Ledger. But man, decentralized energy exchange is necessary in this country. As you know, I don't know if you know or not, Paul, but it's an Australian project. So I'm behind it, even though I haven't checked the price. Let me check the price, but I thought where it was overbought, and I didn't care, because I'm allowed to be a little bit of a philosophical investor. I've done really, really well in the economy, so I can sit on things that I'm pretty confident are going to take a dip, and I did think that was overbought for a stage of development. They're not going to have a working blockchain until 2019. That's the roadmap, 2019, not next year. So yeah, I don't know how you can get a valuation that high when you're not going to have a working product for at least 12 months. But I love the idea. Decentralized energy market, come on. We pay too much for electricity in this country, and we don't get enough for what we do put back in the grid through solar. So yeah, it provides a real real solution to that problem. And I think long term, even though I still think it's overbought at the moment, if I'm being 100% honest, but I love it. So I've bought some because I love the idea. And in this market, pretty much everything's overbought anyway. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, it's a massive industry, the energy industry, right? And if they can even put a dent in the Australian energy industry, it's going to be a big company, bigger than it is today. But yeah, so I know that seems like a conflicting opinion, right? But it's not. Well, lots of people would argue that, but I don't think it is, because I think long term you're good. Short term, I do probably think it's overbought. Mike Sullivan said IOTA with this. Mike Sullivan, how could you possibly have a sad face about IOTA? It has been such a bullish week. It's been crazy. I mean, everything's got a dip, man. Nothing moves in straight lines. It's showing 217% growth in the last 7 days. I'll take that on any of my coins. Thank you. Traditional TA may be hard to use right now, but Fibonacci and Smithonomics always works. Yeah, that's it, Agent Smith. When you're talking about potentially dumb money, it's best to be led by idiots like myself and Agent Smith. Yeah, you know me, I don't like to spend a whole lot of time on TA anyway. It's pretty important though, because a lot of people, you know, that's the reason the altcoin market dumps so hard as well, because it breaks through certain Satoshi resistances, supports, and then the TA guys will go, oh, no, it's broken that support, I'm out, because it'll go down to the next level. And it's just, this, yeah, it's kind of just sheep, like it is just the sheep led, like it's mass mentality led. Everyone else is going to do it, so I've got to do it too. It doesn't it doesn't mean that any of these coins have all of a sudden got any less value to them. You know, it's just the way markets work. Biden finally pumped, yeah, man. Biden's been doing well, Joe. You called that ages ago. What are you talking about? Finally, that I've been watching that, going, shit, I should have got it when Joe first told me about it. Because man, I'm sure you told me about it. Where was it? I can't remember when you told me, but it was early on about Bottom. You dropped that one on me a while ago. You said November, December, be good months. So it would have been in October that you dropped that on me. And I did look at it, man. But you know what it's like. You just got to pick and choose. 48%, nice. Joe, I'm sure you picked that under 8 cents a coin when you told me about it. I'm sure it was under 8 cents. So 2x there, man. Nice work. Very well done. Yeah, well, all good coins, at least not just gonna blindly buy this shit. But yeah, I feel what you're saying, Fish. Gonna go for it though and get some good positions on some low caps. I think that's fine. What I'd suggest though, look, it's up to you. Please make your own strategies. But I am saving. Like I've said, if you're going to put fiat into the economy now, put half of it in and wait until the risk event. Because I know we're all super bullish and think that Bitcoin's going to go to 20 grand and never stop and surge all the way to $10 million a coin, which is what someone brought in as a prediction yesterday. But the reality is that it's a risk event. That's what we call it, a risk event on Monday with CME trading. That doesn't mean it's definitely going to go bad. It could go to 20 grand, but it's one of those events that, you know, there is risk involved in that people are now available or able to, you know, back heavily against Bitcoin essentially, and cash, you know, make a lot of money doing it if it goes down. Going to have smart contracts now. Joe was referring to Byton. Sorry, there's a bit of a split convo there. XLM is quickly becoming a favourite of mine after all the sweet trades I've made the last couple of days. Yeah, you've been doing well on that, Agent Smith. Well, it's about time you did good at something, mate. Hey, KMD was bullish before you started showing up, and then you've started showing up again and KMD's down. So, mate, if you could piss off, that would be fantastic. You know I'm joking, Agent Smith. For those of you who don't know, Agent Smith and I are good mates, so it's all good. Quality, good. Is it a good site to buy XLM? I've used XLM is available on Bittrex because I have some there. Not very much, but I've got some. Enough to make me happy about that. So yeah, XLM is available on Bittrex. Let me check the other accounts that I've got open for you now. I've got Cryptopia open. XLM is not available on Cryptopia. Let me just check Binance for you. Binance has been really slow. They must have had some DDoS attacks or something. They need to get Alex from Gladius to help them out. God, I'm so smart with technology now. All right, Binance, let's have a look. I'll just let it load up and I'll keep going through the chat, but I'll have a look at XLM. Definitely on Bittrex though. Quality. Cool name, by the way. Fellow Aussie, I'm assuming. Agent Smith said regarding XLM, I bought it in the low 900s and swung it for good profit each time. It's hard to say now. Yeah, cool. Mark G, I heard Bitcoin Cash will be the next coin on Coinbase. Thing about Coinbase for the market is all those hundreds of thousands of new subscribers just hit the buy button regardless of price. Pumps BTC. Mark G, yes, my mum rang me and she wanted to put $1,000 in. So I knew she was like talking about for the next 10 years. So I just, yeah, just whatever, just put 500 in now, 500 after the risk event. So, well, wait until after the risk event. I'll call you and tell you what the market's doing after that. But yeah, I said chuck 500 in now. And that was 2 days ago, so I hope she did. But I told her 100 Bitcoin, 200 Ethereum, 200 Litecoin. So she'd still be up based on that and have really strong positions in Ethereum and Litecoin at, getting ready for the next pump of those 2 coins, which I think is inevitable. I think they're both here to stay, at least in the medium term, Litecoin and Ethereum. They've got too much support behind them. But yeah, I had actually heard the same, Mark G, that Bitcoin Cash was going to be added to Coinbase next. I'm sure it's been paid for, man. Some deep pockets in the boys that are running around shilling Bitcoin Cash. So I'm sure it's been paid for. I don't think that's Coinbase's big thumbs up of approval to Bitcoin Cash. It's just that Roger Ver probably chucked them a whole lot of money. It's how this economy's still working at the moment a little bit. I can tell you that from experience. Reminds me of doing business in Sri Lanka. Oh, did he just say that? Yes, he did. Hourglass said, yep, Agent Smith, XLM hot this week, laugh out loud. Wonder what it will be next week. Going to definitely cop some when I see that red. That's the go. Patience, Hourglass, good man. Floyd, cheers fish, back up BTC. Yep. LTC 100, GDAX 94 on Polo. It keeps growing. Yeah, man. I mean, that's a 6% arbitrage right there, and Litecoin doesn't cost you very much to move. So that's a real arbitrage opportunity right there. And it's fairly quick to move, so you don't run the risk of the exchanges swinging so quick. Dollar hey buddy, heard of Extra Bytes? Yes, I have. Just came across it. Seems like decent tech behind the project. Yeah, I have heard of it, Extra Bytes. I have not looked at it in a long, long time, Dollar so straight off the top of my head, I've got some, but it was like literally something I looked at 5-6 months ago. So I can't really remember it off the top of my head. It's not one of my favorites, but I don't dislike it either. Obviously, I bought some, so I did see something in it at one point. I just can't remember the project. Let's have a look. G'day, Mike. See what I did there, Mike? MSBD. Oh, now we got 2 mics in the conversation though. That didn't work so well. I just remembered that MSBitETH is Mike, but we've got 2 mics. So I'm going to call you MSBitETH today. MSBitETH. People are still not able to move IOTA in Binance, and this is the 7th day. That's disappointing. I wonder. I've only heard about that problem being on Binance, so I'm assuming it's at that end. Yeah, not much we can do about that. I would put a support ticket in. You just got to keep on the exchanges when something like this is happening. Yeah, Mike Sullivan, I'm happy to have a little talk about it, man. We talk about it pretty much every day at the moment. It's a lot of questions about IOTA coming through, no problem at all. It is a lot of people wanting to know what is this thing that's racing up into the top 4. So IOTA uses Tangle technology. So it's actually different to blockchain. So it's transactions, verifying transactions. And if I bring up the IOTA, IOTA.io, I think it is the homepage, it sort of gives you a graphic, like a visual demonstration of, shivers. Give me 1 second, sorry. IOTA, crypto. But it kind of gives you a visual demonstration of the way it works as opposed to blockchain technology. So I'm just going to go to the website here. Won't be 1 second. But yeah, I think the technology is impressive. I mean, my main question over Tangle technology is security, because it's in its infancy stage, and that's why I think it's been, Wilkie he sold, I think he's dumped it, like pretty much everything at $5, because we're just sitting there going, nah, it's overbought. Like, it's good and it's really promising, really, really promising. But with a run up like that, we only had security issues 2 months ago, and now we're just going to forget about that? No, not me. I've got to see more. Like, I'm still holding IOTA, by the way, but I've got to see more, a length of time of it being a secure network before I'm prepared to dump blockchain altogether for Tangle technology. And I was saying yesterday, 10 years is when I'd be looking at saying, okay, well, Tangle has worked perfectly with nothing else, and blockchain is somewhat obsolete. Okay, we can move to Tangle, but it's got to have that decade of decade of being proven. So this is kind of what it's like. So rather than having a blockchain, each, like these represent, I've scrolled right at the wrong time. That's so annoying. Gumby. All right. Yeah, so these are like transactions, and see how transactions are all linked to different transactions. So that's how the network verifies, as opposed to blockchain, where it's transactions, every time a transaction's made, it's back to the start of the transaction record to go right through it to make sure there's no double spend. So it works in a different way. For me, the only question, because network, no network fees, speeds up as more people use it. So my only question now is security, and that's going to take time to prove. But yeah, I think it's ingenious, ingenious technology. Just needs a bit more testing, I don't think it's ever wise to dump all your bag into one coin. I think that's silly. But yeah, I actually started diversifying from Bitcoin. A lot of people talk about, because I know you're new and you've asked the question, a lot of people talk about diversifying from Bitcoin into Bitcoin Cash. I think that's silly. Why? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, if you're going to diversify. Go with something different, not exactly the same. Well, essentially the same. Very, very little differences. So yeah, I said, well, Tangle Technology's impressive. I feared it. I could have got it at 44 cents. I ended up getting really scared over that security issue, and I didn't pick it up again until I saw the market had forgiven that, and it got back to 80 cents a dollar. So I missed out on profit, but I never count lost profit as a loss, because that'll do your head in. Crypto Chronicus, hello from Texas. What's up, brother? What's been happening? LTC past Dash market cap, I can breathe again. I think they're both solid projects. Busy getting the groceries with Litecoin. Chris, how are you, man? Fish, you just made Komodo go up. Check it out on Binance. I have that effect. I said it was too cheap. I was actually thinking about buying some more, because we know it runs up to $3. Like, we know its range now up to the high points. And I've always maintained that I think the currency itself will run up virtually the minute the Monet's ICO is announced, for the next 2 weeks leading up to that decentralized ICO, first one in the economy. I think you're looking at good gains for Komodo. So my thought is, by now, I was buying it around $2, and I actually didn't sell any because I was bag holding pretty much the whole lot. Like, when I say I didn't sell any, I might have traded 4 or 5 coins in and out, but I really haven't gone heavy on it. And I'm thinking now I just want to bag a bit more, because I do like Komodo independent of Monet's. With the strategic alliance with Monet's, I'm even more bullish on it. So yeah, we'll have a quick look. I'm gonna bring it up on Bittrex, because Binance has been just a little slow. They've obviously got a massive amount of traffic coming through the site. So guys, look at the volumes. So it's understandable. Let me just let me bring it up on Bittrex. So Komodo KMD. Here we go. I'm holding some on Binance. I'm holding some on Bittrex. I don't think it's available on Cryptopia, or it would have been Litecoin trading for it as well. Come on, Komodo, up you go. Let's see if it's spiked on both, or just whether it was against Ether. If I've missed my opportunity, I'm going to be a bit angry. I'm blaming all of you for making me come on and talk crypto when I could have been. Oh, what the? Yeah, okay. Fish, yeah, 250. It's a 350. Should I have bought before the show? I thought I'll pick some more up after the show. Guys, this could be if you remember historically when Bitcoin is pumped and then the flow has returned into the altcoins, it happens like that, really quick. And I usually notice 1 or 2 go first and then the rest follow. I can't say that's going to happen. it could just be a pump purely on odor. For all I know, the announcement has just come out in the last half hour about the Monese ICO that I've been waiting for. And that's what's caused that spike. I have no idea. I would have to check. But that is a monstrous green candle, like big. That's jumped from 20,000 Satoshi to 28,000 Satoshi in half an hour. It's 40% in half an hour. That's insanity. Rocket Radio Show. How are you, man? We can have a look at it. I've never seen it before, though, Rocky. Sorry, Rocky. The Rocket Radio Show. I've never seen Bitcoin Plus. Let me have a look on CoinMarketCap. Wait, let's bring. I'll just say that it's there before I bring you over to screen share. But yeah, man, we can have a look at it. Why not? Let's have a look. Bitcoin Plus. Yes, it is. XBC. I'm going to bring you over to screen share so you can see it. Okay, let's have a look. Sharing now. And here we go. Okay, so Bitcoin. And we've been asked for Bitcoin Plus, which is XBC. X for X-ray, B for Bravo, C for Charlie. $84.46. 8 million, 8 and change in the total market cap. Circulating supply of 103,430 XBC. I have never seen it before. It's had an interesting life. And then all of a sudden this. Boom, boom, boom. Just since April. Yeah, I look, I don't know what its value proposition is. So I'd have to check. I'd probably look at the Fibonacci sequence. Yeah. I mean, the chart looks okay. Let's have a look at the website and see what it actually does. Bitcoin Plus. Please don't tell me this is just another fork doing nothing. Bitcoin Plus, the alternative cryptocurrency. Bitcoin Plus, also known by its ticker XBC, is an alternative cryptocurrency with a modern and efficient working wallet. XBC has a low start supply with a maximum total of 1 million coins. Well, CoinMarketCap's got that wrong then because they said 103, so 106. Bitcoin. Oh, no, yeah, that's so far. Okay, so it's 100,000, sorry. Bitcoin Plus coins are generated through proof of stake, a little over 100,000 coins. So it's a proof of stake model. That's interesting. I haven't seen Bitcoin go, like I haven't seen any of the forks go with the proof of stake model before. XBC aims to be at the forefront of digital innovation. Modern efficient wallet, built in privacy using Tor, traded at #1 exchange. Bitcoin Plus can be traded at the world's most popular cryptocurrency exchange, Poloniex. Numerous secondary exchanges available for the average tracker. Poloniex crypto. Yep, 20% inflation per year. That's a lot. That's a high inflation rate. That bothers me. That's too high, in my opinion, if that's ongoing. The amount of XBC coins that are minted each year is 20%. This means there are currently 100,000 coins. Years time, there'll be 120,000, yeah, and so on and so forth. But I suppose that, no, because that's going to take 20% a year. That straight away turns me off. The inflation rate's too high. I'd have to look further into it, but given like how many good cryptos there are to have a look into in the economy, something that's, in my opinion, just again using the popularity of this here to try and get themselves noticed. And it's proof of stake, that's fine. It's got a wallet, that's fine. I'd have to have a look more of it, but that is a concern straight off the bat. 20% inflation per year is too much, in my opinion. There's not many economists that say an economy will continue to run well on 20% inflation a year. So that bothers me if it's ongoing. Doesn't seem like there's any trail off of that. Nothing mentioned here anyway. So yeah, I'd have to dig further into it, but that's a pretty big strike for mine actually. Okay, I'm going to stop screen sharing, come back to the convo. So Bitcoin Plus, another Bitcoin, wow. No. Are you being serious, Crypto Chronicles? Crypto Chronicles said Bitcoin God forks, like Bitcoin God forks on December 25th. If you're being serious, I'm over. I think this is super dangerous for Bitcoin. And there's really nothing to call like Bitcoin BTC. There's nothing Bitcoin can do about it. But geez, that's not good. Bitcoin's exploding. I don't know if you're bringing us newer news or that Komodo spike was quick and short-lived. It's still well up from where it spiked from, but this is why you have sell orders set in advance, because you would have had to been sitting at your computer lucky enough to see that. You're dead serious. Oh man, I'm over it. Absolutely over it, Crypto Chronicus. If that's the case, another bloody. What's its value proposition? Does it actually do anything, or is it someone just calling it Bitcoin God? That's weird. Alex Light said, anyone else holding alts or hodling alts? Sorry, it's nerve-wracking. Yeah, it is, man. But I've been in this economy for like 6 months, and I've seen at least 3 or 4 like major flash dips in altcoins, BTC, you name it. At least 3 or 4. So you tend to get used to it. 16. Oh, well, that's crazy. Crypto Chronicus has just said BTC's just hit 17 grand on BitThumb, Korean exchange. Well, guess what? Oh no, is BitThumb a Korean exchange? I think it is. That's interesting. Let me go and have a look. I'll go and update coinmarketcap.com and see how we're trending. I want to see what the alts are doing as well. See, alts were bleeding heavily for me, but they've come back a little bit for mine, which is good on my accounts here that I'm just updating. So nice to see from that. Hope the rest of you are getting back into the green as well. But geez, those percentages look just horrible against BTC. They really do. The only one that's like standing out on my page that is decent is Steam. And God, I'm glad I picked that up under $1. I didn't pick up as much as I should have. Easy to say in hindsight, isn't it? It is Korean. Thanks for confirming that, Crypto Chronicus. All right, CoinMarketCap. Let's see how we're going. I've got it coming back just a touch, 396. Let's have a look at the last hour. For the aggregate price, so combining the exchanges on CoinMarketCap, we've got $14,665.70. It's incredible run, really is. Stellar Lumen's still going. Steam's at $1.94. Where is Johnny Crypto? Zhao. Steam just hit $1.94. Hey guys, I said anywhere under $1.80 too cheap. You make your own decisions from here. I got you into profit. Oh no, Alex, but Alex, let me talk about that a little bit. Alex is a bit upset because he said the whole Bitcoin thing's stuffed him on some really solid moves, and that's cool, man. But you've got to remember, like, it's not cool, man, but you've got to remember that traditionally the altcoin market has benefited from Bitcoin bull runs. Generally the bleeding is temporary, and if you pick good coins, if you pick shitty projects, they're likely to get shaken out and stay down the bottom. But if you've picked solid projects, if you've done your research, you're likely to come out in front long term as the money flows from Bitcoin into the alts. You got to remember, like, people put in, right? They put their first. You guys, do you all remember your first investments in the economy? You put in your first $100 or whatever, and it goes up to $103 and $105, $110. Oh shit! I'll put in another $100, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin slows down or isn't really moving. It's just staying stagnant. You have a look at Litecoin, Ethereum, then you find your way to the altcoins. That same pattern will repeat with any newbie, unless they're sort of advised on the way in. If they're finding their way for themselves, they're more than likely going to find their way into the economy through either Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin, and most likely Bitcoin. And then they will look elsewhere. So for me, I'm not really concerned with the temporary, like, the buy walls get broken down. That's what happens because Bitcoin gets on this massive bull run and people just pull buy walls, and they get broken down and people pull it because they want to hold their BTC while it's mooning. So it's not unusual to see this happen, and every time it's happened so far, the good coins have recovered and even surpassed their previous point. before the Bitcoin pump. So I actually see it as long term as a good thing. Wow. The GWEI price is now 43. It's usually 20 for those interested. A 20? Is it 25? 25. I can't remember, but it's not that high. That's Tan K Tom letting us know that. That just means that there's like a really heavy demand on the network. Fish, have you looked at GVT? Charlie Shrem backed coin. ICO leftovers would burn tokens, if I recall. Okay. No, I haven't looked at it. It's interesting though. GVT. I picked up some more Golem. Getting real bullish on Golem. The more I think about it, the more I think that's, you know, whether crypto works as an actual currency or not. There's certainly use cases for things like rendering farms. Genesis Vision, 592. $22 million market cap, volume of 2 million. Good volume for the size of the coin. Down 17%. Is it something to do with mining, since it's called Genesis Vision? I really don't know. I haven't had a look at it. No, I haven't had a look. Short answer. Crypto Chronicles. Have not had a look at that one. So, hey, IOTA's pierced the $4 now. It's back down to 380. I'd wait. It had such a big run up, and now that the alts are all bleeding together, you got to make your own decisions. But you know, I think if coins are going to continue to bleed more than others, it's more than likely the ones that have had the biggest runs up. So yeah, I'd wait on that. But it's up to you guys. I'm gonna try and buy a little bit more IOTA for the diversification back. I never bought a whole lot of it, but I sold out. I didn't see the swing being quite this big so quickly, so I thought I'd be able to trade a little in between, but I've already bought back everything that I sold. So I've made money. Whenever I do that, I'm always setting lower, but you know, it would have been nice to wait for it to bottom out maybe even a little bit more. So yeah, anyone got anything that they want to have a look at, or I am calling it a day. It's been a really interesting 24 hours. I want to go and keep an eye on this, and I'm working on a couple of investments too. Guys, if you are new to the channel, you're welcome to subscribe. We do a daily chat, and we also have a Discord group. And the description, the link should be in the description. It's a open forum for crypto discussion, a safe place, guys. So no personal attacks. That's the biggest rule. No racism, no personal attacks. But everyone's welcome to their opinion, for or against any coin. So yeah, you're welcome to. Yeah, we can have a look. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll make that the last one for you. I'll make that the last coin before we go. Tan Kai Tong. MCO, Monaco, getting a lot of publicity recently with a tie with Visa being announced. I'm just going to screen share so we can have a look at it. Now, my concern with the Monaco token is that they came out after initially saying that the Monaco token was going to have some sort of reward, a residual income for token holders. They scrapped that idea, essentially. Just say, oh, no, we're not going to do that anymore. So my big question now is, does that take well, it does. It takes a lot of value out of the Monaco coin itself. $10.34, down 20%. It was really, really bullish. $110 million market cap. I mean, if they're successful as a card and they get a lot of users, this is nothing as a market cap, I guess. But to me, the fact that they stopped providing that residual income, like they've already gone back on what they said they were going to do from the ICO, that's not like I like to invest with confidence. That doesn't instill me with confidence. They've already said it once. Now the funny thing is, the other thing that bothered me about this, I've probably still got the emails. I will still have the email because those things don't get deleted. But I sent the Monaco team an email because I was new to the economy when the ICO came out, and I actually invested in this pre-ICO in the ICO level. And I said, hey guys, I've sent it from an exchange. I didn't know you couldn't do that. I'm new to the economy. They said, oh, no worries. It's all going to be fine. To this day, I haven't received my Monaco coins. So that their actions in telling me that it was all going to be fine, and the fact I've never received them, and also the fact that they've then gone and taken away the residual income from the token holders, to me, doesn't instill me with a whole lot of confidence. I think I think it's a really impressive branding for marketing purposes, but I think people are going to be looking more for than just a pretty design and a good name. So yeah, I think it's got potential, because we have a need for these sorts of things to actually make crypto spendable. But for me, I'd go 10x, because they're at least honouring their well, as far as we know at this stage, there's been no plan to remove residual income payments for token holders, whereas Monaco have. So for me, I would put a preference to 10x, and not just because I'm holding it. I hold it because I have a preference to it, but I do see a need for this sort of thing in the economy. So it's a good one to bring up, because it's been interesting. You know, people get on the back of this and they don't realise that, in my opinion, that's like it's hard to continue to put a whole lot of trust in Monaco when they've just said, oh well, you know, I'm going to pay you guys anymore. So that it just rubbed me up the wrong way. That's all. It's not it's really marketable. Fish the Beach Bum Investor, you should take a look at what crypto chart on trading competition looks like and compare it to real crypto's current chart. Crypto chart on a trading competition. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyone watch that insane Komodo spike? Sean, we were just talking about that. G'day, Sean. I don't think I've seen you before. Sean might be a newbie. Yeah, man, we just had a look at it. Komodo's one I've been stocking up on for Monays. So I was literally just talking about how, oh, guys, let's drop back down to 250. I'm going to get a bit more because we know it goes above $3. And then someone said, Fish, it's it's 350. What are you talking about? So, man, that was insane. That's a proper, you know, 20,000 sat to 28,000 sat in half an hour in one big foul swoop, 40%. Shows you how quickly these in terms of market caps, we're talking about such small amounts of money, guys, in terms of global economies and even personal wealth. With something like Komodo, people can move that, put $30 million in $100 million and move that very quickly. And for those of you who don't think people have that sort of money, they do. There are people out there who are quite capable of dumping that sort of money in. Oh, you want me to do it on a chart? Take a look at what a crypto chart on trading competition looks like. Trading comp chart. I'll have to have a look at it. I don't know what trading comp is. Like, is it on a particular exchange that they're running this trading comp? Freaking whales, yeah. KMD. I don't mind the whales, man. It's all right. I think the whole whale analogy is sometimes used for people who didn't set themselves in the right place, or didn't get out of an investment at the right time, or didn't see the writing on the wall. So they go, oh, bloody whales. No, mate, you stuffed up. Own it. Oh, it's your first time on live chat? Cool, man. That's nice to see you, Sean. Yeah, it's you got to be quick in this economy, Sean. You got to have the money ready. Like, I've always got a bit of Ether, Bitcoin, Litecoin sitting on my exchanges that I use. So I use PIVX for Bitcoin trading. I use Binance for Ethereum trading, and Cryptopia for Litecoin trading. And I always have a little bit there just in case something like this happens, man. You want to move quickly. And I was actually going to buy that KMD before the show, and I thought, no, I'll go do the show first, and then I'll come back to it. Because I couldn't have crystal balled that was going to happen, and especially not in the next half hour. So I left it. It's fine though, because I got a nice bag of it, saving up for that Monays thing. Oh, on a trading competition, the prices always trend down. Okay, yeah. I know what you're saying, Crypto Chronicus, and that's usually because it's been pumped pre the trading competition, or as soon as it is announced. I made good money on coins I didn't even know about by just waiting for the announcements on Binance and buying them straight as the announcement came out, and then selling them for 20% more as everyone buys them up to get involved in the trading competition. I knew I wasn't going to, you know, people are trading, you know, the winners are trading 60 BTC in volume. I'm like, well, I'm not going to catch that. So I'll just make a quick 20% and get out. So I do still flip coins every now and again. I don't do it very often. Fish is not a PIVX well, actually, Floyd. Fish holds less PIVX than Wilkie. Not by choice, man. It's just, I got to stick within budget while I'm accumulating. So it's my biggest hold, Floyd, but I don't even hold as much as Wilkie. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Guys, I'm going to check out because it's been pretty much an hour. It's been fun. I want to go and watch this economy, see whether Bitcoin sort of finds resistance at 15,000. I personally think, like, I'm going to hold off. I've said it all along. I'm going to wait and see what happens on Monday with CME trading. And I think you should be ready on Monday because it could go either way. So a lot of sell orders could hit if the whole economy booms on the back of CME. It's most likely to be Bitcoin driven, so it's more likely to drive Bitcoin first because that's what the market's opening up on in Chicago markets. So yeah, but I definitely think it could be shorted. And if that's the case, we could see significant retracements, and that gives you opportunity. So, that's that would be my advice is if you've got a good stack in the economy already, I wouldn't be looking to load up anymore. I'd just wait and see what happens on Monday. And then we can go again. We can reassess from there. But let's wait and see for me, I'm going to wait and see what market action does over the weekend and especially on Monday, which will actually be Tuesday my time, just to make things more confusing. Yeah, good to see you all, guys. I'm going to check out now. Stealthily make my way over to Google Hangouts and say goodbye. Catch you next time.